Welcome to today's edition of 3 Minute Halacha as we continue to study the Malacha of Kotev, of writing. Reb Moshe Feinstein Zatzal was asked by his student, Reb Ephraim Greenblatt of Memphis, the Rivavot Ephraim Zatzal, as to whether or not taking a photograph on Shabbat should be prohibited because of the Malacha of Kotev. The reason he thought it might not be is because we know that taking a photograph is not a legitimate way to create a Sefer Torah. And therefore, if a Sefer Torah was created through photographic techniques, it would be pasul, invalid for use. Thought Reb Ephraim that perhaps that would mean that the prohibition of kotev wouldn't include photography. Reb Moshe disagreed very strongly and felt that photography is also prohibited because of kotev, because of the prohibition of writing. And part of his argument was it doesn't make a difference what instruments you use to be able to create the words and the letters. And in fact, Ramosha even spoke about the idea of photography being one of the techniques by which we're able to produce books today. While not classic photography, offset printing and other such techniques are very similar as well. And therefore, Rav Moshe said photography is prohibited on Shabbat. The Minchas Asher, Rav Asher Weiss, was faced with another interesting question regarding photography. He was asked whether or not a video crew would be allowed to go into a synagogue on Rosh Hashanah in the former Soviet Union. They wanted to create a documentary that would be pro the Jewish community. And the leaders of the community felt that this would be positive, especially in the face of anti-Semitism that they confronted, to be able to present a positive image of the Jewish community. The Minchat Asher says, in that case, with non-Jews doing the photography, taking the video, there's really no prohibition. It's their choice. The fact that Jews are the subject of it doesn't make a difference because Adaita the Nafshe, the non-Jew, is doing it. Similarly, if you're walking down the street and a tourist pulls out a camera and wants to take a picture, you don't have to run away. You just shouldn't pose for it on Shabbat. However, he said there were two problems in the case with the video crew of the former Soviet Union. The first was it would violate the sanctity of both the synagogue and that moment of the high holidays. It would be distracting. It would diminish from the experience of that tefillah. And the second, it could be misunderstood by people who don't understand halacha sufficiently, thinking that a video crew is permitted, and perhaps television would be permitted as well, to watch it, to initiate it, to take pictures themselves. And therefore, he said, the video crew should not be allowed to take the pictures, to take the film over the course of the Yamim Noraim, even though the Jewish person was not doing anything at all. The Jew was not violating Kotev. The non-Jew is not obligated in the observance of Shabbat, and yet, for ancillary reasons, the Kedusha and the misunderstanding, Basher Weiss prohibited it.